Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is Newtype Boy TCG. I am going to talk about my experience with the Cyber Newtype Challenge 2 this past weekend, which was on Saturday at a shop called Grandmaster Games. So if you guys are familiar with that, well, you know who I am. I basically came in third, based on I think was the percentage thing on the app where depends on if your previous opponents won or not, you get like ranked specifically based on that kind of thing. So but basically I just want to review and go over what exactly won. I was running this exact deck list here, so if you guys go to duelfrontier.com and check out my profile, you can click on the Barbatos Rush deck and you'll see my deck. I also recorded my matchups and stuff within the analytics, so you guys will see like how many times I won against that and stuff like that. But unfortunately, it doesn't show you based on date, so it's not like I can like show you guys like exactly when I put that match into the Duel Frontier. But I do remember and do recall my matchups, so I just want to go over what I did, what I could have done better, and all that kind of stuff to see if I could have won this tournament. If not, I believe if I recall so far, it was 28 people that appeared for this challenge. The atmosphere in terms of what people were playing, for the most part, everybody, I want to say like 60% of the people that attended this event were playing some sort of rush deck. There was one person that played anti-rush, which was very interesting. I've never seen anybody play that before. And they pretty much they were doing pretty well, which makes sense. And then there was a few Xeon red-white, Quible people, as well as some rogues and stuff that, unrelated to the meta and all that kind of stuff. So but let me show you. This is what I was playing. I was playing Barbatos Rush, so like standard GMs and grays, your pings with gun tank and Anksha, then the Hyzak from GDO2, 3 Barbatos. I've seen people play a four Barbatoses, but I only play 3. It's all right, but it's good for draw advantage and for that link. And I have something on that later, and then I have my Hyakurens for that 4 AP power. You could either do 4 Hyakurens or 4 Rezel, doesn't really matter. They're technically the same card, right? So then you got your Gundams and Gushin Rebreaks. These are saved me quite a bit. Then that one Barbatos 4th form. Oh my god, this card right here though. Then your Amuros, your Mika. I actually play 2 Fatal Strikes. I know some people don't play Fatal Strikes, but surprisingly, I think I've only played it once out of the 5 rounds that I did. So in this tournament, we had 5 rounds because of there was 28 people, right? So, and then just 2 Show Resolve. I know people play like 3 or 4, but I only played 2. I don't know. I think that's a little bit better because it's pretty expensive. And then 3 Corsica bases. I know people play 4 Corsicas, but I only play 3 because of consistency reasons. I don't know. That's just me. But yeah, that's my deck list. Let me go to my performance here. This is overall. I've done some test matches over the past few weeks with Mobile Suit Arena. And this is my win rates and stuff against specific decks and stuff like that. So, and I'll show you. I actually wrote down my rounds and stuff. Oh yeah, just so you guys know, I'm not lying that I actually won, not won, but actually topped number 3 in this Newtype challenge. Here's the little graph of my ranking and stuff. I took it on my phone. I screenshot it before it got deleted or whatever. I wish you could actually go back to your matches and look up your stuff, but there I am on number 3, Newtype Boy TCG. Kazuma, he's a pretty good friend of mine. He was playing 1 year War Rush and then first place. was 1 year War Rush as well. As you can see in the here, let me move this real quick over here. And then as you can see in my little list here, my first round was wing blockers. So I'm surprised people were playing wing, considering that, you know, it wasn't doing very well, even though it got Rick Diaz, I believe it was the 3-2, I think it's a 3-2 blocker, right? That's 3-3 AP HP. But for my first round with wing against wing blockers or wing zero, whatever you want to call it, it wasn't that crazy. He was able to get like Rick Diaz and then Elfrith and striker back stuff, right? But I was able to easily get over them with I'll tell you what, with this deck though, Amuro Gundam is what you want to see, okay? More than anything, in terms of rush, you always want to see Amuro in every mulligan. So if you do not mulligan into Amuro or Gundam, hopefully more than anything, you want Amuro more than anything, because to rest the units and stuff. You are likely not going to have a good time, right? So I did see Amuro and Gundam like turn 3, right, when I drew into it. So because of these two, I was able to give all my units like a +1 AP, and I made sure to defend Gundam, and yeah, I was made sure to defend Gundam because and I think he said he misplayed because he was going, no, that was a different match actually. But basically he had these blockers and stuff, right? And he had the 6-6 base, or the 6 base, 6 HP base, I forgot, underground something, right? So it was kind of hard to get over that, but luckily I was able to get over it with Gundam and stuff, and then go for game with my low level units and stuff, right? Like that, right? I did have a Gushan Rebreak to pop his like one of his tokens, because I already dealt like I think it was like 2 damage to their tokens and stuff, and then it was like a Rick Diaz, and then because he blocked one of my GMs with a Rick Diaz, he had 1 HP left, and then I played Gushan Rebreak to destroy his Rick Diaz for that final ping, right? That's usually how I like to play this deck, is to bait my opponent. If I know I can ping them like ping 2 or ping 1 to like finish it off, I usually just go for the attack, and they're like, okay, I'll take it, and then just ping to finish it off, right? But anyways, Gundam saved me a lot because I was able to get over that base, that 6 HP base, and then go for game, right? So, but it was pretty tough. Let me take this off because it's not relevant anymore. But it was pretty. It wasn't too difficult to beat him. I think the max we got to was like level 5, if I'm not mistaken, for this one specifically. And then I just beat him then, right? It didn't get to level 7 or 8, so he wasn't able to wing zero me at all, because I was able to get over his blockers pretty easily. I think that's when I used Fatal Strike on one of his blockers, so it wasn't too bad. But that Gundam that gave everybody like +1 AP really helped a lot, right? So that was my first match. My second match was a 1 year War Rush deck. This one was pretty close. I had like what, 3 to 4 shields left. And the thing that saved me more than he had like 3 shields, and I had like 4 units on the board. No, I had like 3 units on the board. He had 3 shields. So there's like I don't know if I could beat him or not, because like before he beats me first, because I think he had enough units to like finish me off next turn. But what saved me more than anything was the Barbatos 4th form, because we were on turn 7, or for me was resource 6, which was crazy, because I was like, and the thing is, I only run 1 of these, right, in the deck. So the fact that I drew into my 4th form and I had a Mika in hand to link was insane. So what I obviously, you know, he didn't have any blockers or anything because he's playing 1 year War Rush, and I pretty much went for Barbatos 4th form, did suppression, and then finished him off with 2 units, and bam, that's game, right? So that one, a very close match, but luckily I got that 4th form to finish him off, which was insane. And then my 3rd round was anti-rush repair. So the guy was playing something interesting. Let me look it up real quick to give you a reference as to what I'm talking about. His whole plan was to play a lot of like the repair cards, right? Because he knows that people are going to play rush, and he wants to get rid of as many units as possible when it comes to rush decks, because that's the goal there. If you can't get rid of units, then it's like you're gonna lose pretty fast. So he was playing gun cannon right here, because it does repair 1, right, and does rest units with 2 or less HP, which the majority of rush cards or rush decks run units with a lot of 2 or less HP. So obviously he's gonna be able to trigger it, right? And he was seeing his Amuros too, so he was double gun cannon and like Amuro gun cannon combo. And then he was also playing the Delta Plus here, which does repair too. I didn't see a lot of people playing, but I see why he was playing Delta Plus, or Weave Rider mode. I'm not too sure with this. I think this is Zeta. What? No, is this Zeta from Zeta Gundam? I don't know. I've never seen. Oh, it says Mosu Gundam Unicorn. Okay, so it's from Unicorn. But anyway, he was playing Delta Plus. And the idea that, because I asked him like, what was the idea behind this deck, and the idea was repairing and then crashing into those low level units. So since he had Delta Plus, he was just able to crash into like my Hyzax, my GMs, and all that kind of stuff, and then just repair, because this does repair too, which is pretty crazy. He pretty much, if he just crashes in, he gets a full repair, right? Which is pretty insane. And then he obviously was playing Gundam, so he's playing a lot of repair cards to crash into the low level units and stuff. And he almost had me too. I was panicking a little bit because he was like resting and like dealing with my units pretty fast. I think the resting thing was kind of what got me panicking, because I couldn't really do much in terms of like defending myself. I had to like deal with his Delta Plus and stuff, but luckily I think he ran out of steam or something, and I vaguely remember this matchup that much right now, but he ran out of steam, I believe, and I was able to pull. I think I just needed like 1 more unit or something to like deal with it, because he was playing blue-white, right? He also had like blockers on the field, and I think I pulled a Amuro to deal with one of his blockers, and I had like he had 1 shield left, I think, and I had like 3. I think I had 3 units or something like that, so I didn't have enough to destroy them, or end the game right then and there. So, but I did have an Amuro in hand, I think, and I used it to rest one of his units. He had like a striker pack token of the 2/4 token on the field, and then he had like a Rick Diaz, I think, a blocker. And the way I went about it is I had a Mika in hand as well. So, and I drew into Barbatos first form here on my last go. So I was able to rest one of his units, attack his shield, and attack again, and bait him. So he destroyed my other one. Then I was able to play first form, and then link with Mika to attack for game. So I was able to get over him at the nick of time, because he had like a full board, right? He had 6 cards on board, 2 blockers, 4 1 gun cannon, 1 Delta Plus, Weaver Rider or whatever, and what was the other one that he had as well? Forgot what else he had. I don't know. Forgot. But he had quite a lineup. So it was a pretty tough game. But luckily, I was able to get that link in the go for game. So these two were pretty close matches, right? This one, if I didn't draw into that fourth form here, I would have lost. This one, luckily, I linked into first form with Mika and was able to rest to one of his blockers. And then my round four was the Neo Xeon pink blockers. Typically, when I say that, I know there's a lot of terminologies here and there that goes around as to like, oh, what's this going to be called, or what deck is this? It's basically the this is what I have here for this. It's technically the same deck, but he was playing. No, he actually was playing white, variant of white red, but it was technically this kind of the same. But he was playing Kshatriya, full frontal. You know, the white red version of that, right, with Quible and stuff like that. So this is totally not the right deck for this. I don't know. He's playing white red Quible Kshatriya kind of deck, and this is one of those things where it's like I was able to. Funny enough, he had all of his links, but because he wasn't at level 6 or 7, he wasn't able to play any of them, right? So I was able to finish this off at like level 5, or resource 5 or whatever, before he got to any of his links. And he did have a few blockers out, but I think he misplayed because he was telling me something that he didn't see my Gushan Rebreak or something. Because I had my Gundam on the field, I try to like be very cautious with my plays because he had I didn't want to get my Gundam destroyed, because without Gundam, I wasn't able to get around his shields or his not shield, but his bases and stuff. So because all my guys got +1, right? So that actually helped me a lot. And I played a Gushan Rebreak to as a blocker to defend my Gundam, right? And with Gundam, I was able to like finish this game off before it hits like level 6, where he could have gotten. Shinaju with full frontal, and as well as he had Quible and stuff like that. So, which he had like pretty much all of his links in hand, right? So I had like 3 units with 3 links, which is insane. So he could have won if it went on longer, but luckily I was able to finish him off before he won or got to his units first, right? So yeah, that was my 4th one, and then my final one was 1 Year War Rush, which he was running a different variant of this. It's kind of the same concept as any 1 Year War Rush deck, right? Except he was like, let me see, do I have it here? Wing Blockers, Clan Rush, no. I thought I had it, but I guess not. But he was running White Base in his 1 Year War Rush. The thing that got me the most is I think I had 2 Corsikas in my hand, and then I had 3 Amuros as well, right? He had units on the field and stuff like that. I forgot what it was, but he had a few units on the field. But the thing is that I was trying to be very cautious and I was trying to make sure he didn't have enough units to finish me off, and I wasn't focusing on his shields. But because of that, I think I kind of like messed up, and I was being too cautious and trying to get my units on the field as much as possible, because he had his Zakus and stuff like that on the field and stuff, and I was trying to get rid of him because he would just destroy my bases, right, and stuff like that. But thing is, I should have played my Corsica as a contingency, because what he had in hand, I did not foresee or didn't expect it, but he was holding off on a Char as well as a Zaku. So, and because of that, he won with high maneuver as well. So it's not like I could have done anything there, but there was just no way I could have like gotten over that. But basically, because of that, he won. Unfortunately, I didn't get it. But it was a good round. He's a cool guy. So kudos to him for winning. A lot of people were like pretty surprised that he topped as well. I'm assuming this is like first time playing 1 Year War, and then topping with it. So, but yeah, so far it seems like a lot of people that topped were playing 1 Year War or some kind of rush deck. Not a lot of people were playing, you know, different variants of rushes. And then, you know, your anti-rush and Quibbly and stuff, your red, white, pink deck and stuff like that. So yeah, for now, I mean, it seems like the meta is rush, right? Doing any kind of variant of rush here and there. But yeah, I'd say for anything, if you're playing this deck and you're about to go into your Newtype challenge this week or the next week, I think next week is the last week that it will be hosted overall. But if you are going into Newtype challenge and you're playing this deck, biggest note to give to you is make sure you see Amuro. If you mulligan, no matter how bad your hand is, you can recoup a little bit, but you always want to see at least one Amuro in your hand or a Gundam, because having these two are the MVP of this deck. Without these two, it would be very, very hard to get over a lot of decks, right? So these guys save you. They're just MVPs of this deck, right? In general. So the biggest tip I want to give you guys is always, you know, try to keep your Amuro, save it for last if you need to. Like if you have a Mika and Amuro and you don't know which one to use, and you already have Gundam out in the field and you're not in any rush to like use Gundam to attack, always use Mika instead of Amuro, just to get his ability of +1s of all units during your turn, and then save Amuro for like those difficult situations where you need to rest something, right? So always save your Amuros for later if you need to. That's my biggest advice. Don't be brash and just use them immediately, because if you do, you're gonna see yourself in very sticky situations where you wish you had an Amuro to deal with something, right? But yeah, that's my advice there. Hope you guys enjoy this video. Let me know what you guys think. What deck did you guys play during the Newtype challenge too? Let me know. Unfortunately, I wish I had a picture. The store did take a picture of me. I wish I had it. I looked today to see if they had it posted, but they haven't posted anything yet. So I don't know. I might post it in my YouTube updates, or you know, threads or whatever it's called, and just show you. I'm gonna blur out my face because I don't know, or blur out my face and other people's faces. But basically, I'll post a picture of me holding my, Camille Biden pilot card. So it's a cool card, but it's alright. I wish I had the first place card because the font on the background of the mobile suit of the Zeta Gundam looks really cool. But anyways, have a great day, guys. I hope to see you in the next video. And yeah, signing out.